Hey everybody, this is Chris from the YouTube channel for Blaze Token and Swap and Go Exchange. We have some news out, some very important news. And what's that important news? Hey, I'm almost up to 100 subscribers already. Last I checked, I was at 99. Be the 100th. Go down and like and subscribe, and go over to the Visit Blaze chat thing over there in the corner, that QR code, and come say hello. All right. But in all seriousness, what is the big news? All right. Well, there's something that investors look forward to. And I know a lot of people who are watching this probably know something about investing, but if you're brand new, like I said, hey, I'm here to educate. I'm here to welcome everybody in. There's going to be a lot of new people coming into crypto in the next year, probably starting now. All right. It's going to be something that a lot of people are getting into. And, so I want to take the time and explain some things. All right. The thing is, if you want to have more people investing, whether it's in the stock market or in crypto, they have to have the money to invest. All right. And they get the money to invest when interest rates aren't so high. Okay. Everything works better, well, except for inflation. Inflation can go crazy when you have really low interest rates. It's a possibility. That's why the Fed was raising interest rates, try and curb inflation, right? It's like this weird thing that you almost have to be an economics major to understand. Thankfully, I took some economics, but I wasn't a major. I was a history major. Right. So when interest rates are low, people have more money to invest. So what do they do with the money? A lot of times they put it into the market, right? So Wall Street sitting around, what's going on? I'm sure the people on Binance are like, whoa, BlackRock, Fidelity. Now they got their Bitcoin ETFs going. I'm sure that they had a big eye on what the Fed was going to do. All right. And without any further ado, let me show you guys what I am talking about when I'm saying something about the Fed. The big news I was really going to tell you about today was the Fed. All right. Now, I think when I went to bed last night, I'm pretty sure Bitcoin was around 61,000, 62. It was down there. Okay. I think it was around 61.5, to be honest with you. All right. I was half asleep and I was looking at it going, oh, look at that. That's not good. But you know what? Was I worried about it? No. Why? Because I knew the Fed was coming out with something. I knew that the people were all looking like, what's going on with the Fed, right? I also know that the Bitcoin halving is next month, all right? So when the Bitcoin happens, the halving happens, Bitcoin is going to go even crazier than it is now, right? Everything is going to be fine. So, I went down to 61.5 or so. I can almost guarantee you that is BlackRock and, what is that? The other one, Fidelity. Sorry, it's late at night. Fidelity and BlackRock, they're under the ETFs. So what were they doing? They're taking profits. All right. These people are professionals. They know that the Fed is coming out and people are going to start going, oh my God, what's wrong with the Fed? What's the Fed going to do? What's the Fed going to do? So they start selling, taking profits. And as soon as the Fed comes out with good news, what's going on? They're buying back in. And I'm looking at it right now, and it's up 3,790, almost to 92. It's 96. It's going up. Okay. It was at 61.5 or so last night. It's now at 67.7. It's roaring right back. BlackRock and Fidelity knew exactly what they were doing. All right. So the market is okay. The bull run is still here. The Bitcoin halving is still going to happen. It's still going to have a tear up to it's probably be six figures. It's kind of funny. There's somebody at work that knows I'm on the dev team here, and the first thing he said to me is, oh, market had a big correction. And I just looked at him and was like, don't worry about it. It's like the Bitcoin halvings in less than a month. I go, it's going to go to six figures. And he kind of gave me a look like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. Right. It's that's my opinion, not financial advice, by the way. And as it so happens, the Fed came out, gave us great news, and we're off to the races once again. Okay. That's why I'm saying, like, the Fed has cleared the path. The Fed has cleared the way. It's going to be some good things coming, I do believe. All right. So let me give you guys what's going on here. So what's going on here? We all know this guy. This is the guy we hated to see. What was it? 2022 and a lot of 2023, every time you saw him, he's saying the rates are going up, the rates going up, right? So every time the rates went up, the market would go down. It's what happens in economics. A lot of times it doesn't matter. I know we have different sides of the politics out there and everything, but guys, see the gray hair? I've been around for a long time. I've seen good economies come. I've seen good economies go, and I've seen good economies under one president and bad under the other, and good under the next. And they're all different parties, right? It's just the way things are. It's a big cycle, and I don't think any one person, they can push it a certain way and push it a different way. The markets are going to be the markets, my friend, right? There's a lot of things going on in the world. Remember, we are part of the world out there, and that has a big influence on it too. Okay, so you got Washington here, Reuters. It says Federal Reserve officials on Wednesday nudged up the level estimated for the target interest rate over the longer term, which I'll get to that in a second, right? That's also, it's like, oh, they nudged up. Oh, scared. Please, I'm a history major. I'm going to show you some history here in a second. But the central bank chair, Jerome Powell, said that does not necessarily herald an era of consistently higher interest rates, right? And he's not talking about raising next time or time after that. He's talking about consistently higher rates, meaning their target of getting the interest down to a certain point is just higher than the target was previously. All right, so that's a whole different thing, right? So policy makers' long-run estimate had fallen persistently over the years prior to the pandemic in what proved to be an extended stretch of very low interest rates and persistently weak inflation. Let me see. There is something in here. It says, alongside maintaining a target rate of 5.25% to 5.5% and still penciling in 0.75 percentage point of rate cuts this year, meaning that they're probably going to have 3 rate cuts this year. That's clearing the way. All right. The stock market loves to hear that, right? Any investor loves to hear, unless you're going to the bank and putting your money in CDs or something. They love to hear the rate cut thing. That is going to spark the market. It's going to, things are going to go crazy. Like I'm looking over here at Bitcoin and it's up. All right. SHIB is up. Pepe is up. Doge is up. Ethereum is up, right? It's a lot of green because of this. And the green is going to keep on coming, I do believe, right? You're going to have some red days here and here, but overall, there's going to be a lot of green. Right? So we're going to get the 3/4 thing. But what are we talking about with that other thing I was talking about with the rates? Okay, so their target thing is going to be a little bit higher than it was before, which means you're not going to get like the almost totally completely free money comparatively to what it's been in history. All right. You got to understand. Okay. And look at the gray hair again. I've been around. Okay. I know there's a lot of people out there into crypto and stocks, and they haven't been around, and they come to expect that when you go rent a house, you go buy a house, and interest rates are going to be like 2.5%, 3%. Oh, that's awesome. I'm not putting it down. That was great that the younger people got to grow up and, maybe buy their first house or, come of age when the interest rates were that low. But that's not normal. All right. That is like an abnormality in history, what we went through. You got to keep that in mind. Okay. That's what Powell is saying. It's like they've raised that their target is to get to, not by a lot. All right. Not by a lot at all. Okay. So it's still great news. And go to Yahoo Finance, look this up, read it for yourself. I'm not going to sit here and, have a class where I'm just reading everything to you word for word. You guys can go do it. I gave you the gist of this. But I do want to show you some history here. But just so you can, which one did I have it at? Here we go. All right. So here's where we are now. You had 2023 and it was 6.81%. And there's people running around, the sky is falling. Oh my God, it's 6.81%. Goodness gracious, how can we ever pay that? Guys, all right. I said in another video before, I'm a child of the 60s. All right. So I can clearly remember the 80s. Check out the 80s. 1982, average 30-year rate was 16 point, I'm saying that correctly, 16.63% to buy a house. It's like credit card numbers. All right. So, I mean, that was like the high point in the last, like, 40, 50 years or so. But look what the interest rates are normally at. If you go back to the 90s, 7%, 6.94%, 2003, 5.83%. I know that the dot-com era was, before 2008. Then 2008 had the big hit with things, and we went to recession, but things were pretty good before that. Look what the interest rates were. 5.8, 5.87, 6.41. All right. That, my friends, is normal. Look at the history of the rates. When you get over towards like the 80s side, you get double digits. Okay, it's not good. Okay, but the 5%, that is, guys, that's normal. All right. When you get over to 2021, you get 2.96%. In 2020 at 3.1%. I'm not complaining about it. If I was out there, I mean, I'm not complaining about it, I'm not putting it down. If I was out there buying a house, that's what I'd want to see. But you know what? People are going to buy houses at 6.41%. People are going to buy houses at the 5.84% you see in 2004, right? They just are. Okay. And in 2023, it's 6.81%. But if you put that in the context of history, not that big of a deal. So if you brought someone from 1982 and you put them to our housing market and they saw 6.81%, which is 10% less what they were paying, they'd be like, yay. All right. So put things in perspective. All right. The perspective is Blaze is going to go up right along with everything else. There's some really great news coming out with that. I can't put it out there yet. Rashi would, I think he'd fly over across the Atlantic and have a word with me if I let the cat out of the bag. So I'm not going to do that. All right. So, I mean, Blaze is going to go up. You see SHIB going up. Bitcoin is going up. Things are all green. Okay. But you can never say all green. Somewhere, if I look through the market, there's somebody out there that's red. But I'm seeing a lot of green right now. Okay. Just want to remind you, you got the decentralized exchange called Swap and Go that's out there. All right. You still got your swapper, you got your limit swap, you can do your staking. All right. You connect your wallet, you're on, you're off, there's no one's holding your coins, you're not paying any $31 transfer fees. All right. You're not doing that. Okay. So that's there. You are going to see a lot more things coming here. Okay. There's some things that's been said in the Telegram group already. We're going to have an online shopping mall. There's it's like I'm pausing not because I don't know what's coming. I'm trying in my head to sit there and say, what is it I can say? All right. So we got the shopping mall coming. There's going to be games coming. There's going to be play to earn games coming. That was on the Telegram yesterday. Right. So I'm not letting the cat out of the bag there. But how many games are we going to have? What are these games going to look like? We know that there's one racing game. There's some other really cool things coming. All right. So just hang in there. All right. Good things are coming. The Fed has cleared the way. And I think this is going to be one heck of a bull run. My advice, not financial advice. Just my advice. My opinion, not financial advice. All right. Someday I'll get that right. And please go down and like and subscribe. See if you can be that 100th person. Okay. So I'll see everybody later. Have a wonderful day. And I shall see you soon. Bye now.